Okay, so this morning I'm chasing the second fuel pump that's not coming on here on Keith's car. What I have down here is the hob switch. Where the yellow wire is, that's where the 12 volts comes in from the back of the alternator. The other leg here is where the 12 volts will go out. But what makes the 12 volts go out is when the pressure comes in from the engine. I'm gonna guess this turns on about 7 psi. That's what they generally do. So we're gonna emulate that just by jumping it. Get a relay click. It's this relay down here. So I know my relay is clicking. So my next check is going to be to see if I have power at the relay. Okay, so I have the bottom of the relay out. You see you get two red wires, a black wire which is a ground, a white wire which is a signal. There's the other end of the white wire. So the relay is always grounded, which is grounded on the inner fender. So when the hob switch closes, it will send 12 volts down here, which will jump the contacts, which will send power from this red wire down to this red wire, all the way down to the back of the second pump. I already don't like that crimp, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to check it. Okay, so I'm going to double check this. There's my ground wire. So I'm going to stick my ground for my light bulb into the ground wire. So that's going to test the ground wire from here down to there. And then I'm going to take the other end of my light bulb, which is a halogen bulb, probably out of my Weiss Equinox on my truck. It should light up. Lights up. Okay, so now we know that's the hot leg, and it sends power down this leg here. So that tells me that everything to the relay is good. So now I'm going to just install a jumper wire between the two hot legs right here, and I'm going to go under the car and try and figure out what's going on. Okay, that's what my jumper wire looks like, just a regular wire. I should have power back at the pump. The problem is I got to find the pump, see if they're accessible without dropping a gas tank. So here's what I got under the car. Cobwebs galore and spiders, I'm sure. There's my white wire. It runs all the way back to here. It looks like right up in here. Hear it? Problem found. Let me go ahead and cut it open and see what it looks like. Well, here's what we found. It was a butt connection and a solder joint, and that's a no-no. If you do a butt connection, that's usually sufficient. Now watch this. Oh man, I barely pulled on it and it came right out. So we got all kinds of problems down here. This is the second pump. This car has 120-pound injectors, max ported Champion irons or Champion aluminums, 6766 turbo, and dual nozzle alky. But it's a suicide mission here to blow this motor up. So this is why you have to check things and recheck them and be absolutely sure that you can fuel this monster. Here's his original one, which looks pretty good, but I'm going to have to just investigate it. So I've got some work to do. I'm going to have to fix all this wiring up, verify it comes on up there, and then the secondary pump should be ready to come on and fuel this bad boy. But if I had just repaired the engine and sent it out the door and gave it back to the customer, it would have come right back blown up. Customer would have been irate. It would have been a bad situation. So these are the things that you got to check. You have to be sure. Trust nobody. Verify it. So you know. And if you don't know, you better find somebody that's reputable, that you can trust, that's going to document their work and find stuff like this. This could have been bad.